section of the proposed Mountains to the Sea Trail. Mountains to the Sea Trail will extend from Great Smoky Mountains all the way to the coast, almost 1,200 miles. And part of it will be here in Surry County, and this is the part that we're putting in right now. The county has come in and rough-ended the trail with excavators, put a good slope on it going out this way, having water release points, and now we're coming in putting a little more finishing touches on the trail. We are part of Elkin Valley Trails Association, and today it looks like we've got about 14, 15 volunteers come out, do a little bit of pruning, cutting back roots, so that the trail is a lot more enjoyable here. This trail will go down about a quarter mile further and cross a creek. We've built a 52-foot long bridge in 3 sections, and it'll be brought over and then put in place. That will connect this section, which we call Friendship section, to the Spice Farm section, which is already in. It's 3/4 of a mile that will take us almost to the Mitchell River. At the Mitchell River, we have a trail going up to Carolina Heritage, a vineyard there, and not much else between there and Pilot Mountain, but we're starting to work that section. So.
Okay. And so it's your goal to help get the Mountains to Sea Trail in Elkin and Surry County fully connected to other parts of the trail system?
Yes, Elkin Valley Trails Association actually is in charge of the trail from the parkway above Stone Mountain, through Stone Mountain, over a place called Wells Knob. Those are all in Wilkes County, to Elkin, and then from Elkin it'll go to Pilot Mountain.
Right.
And then there's another group of volunteers at Pilot Mountain that take it over to Sourtown Mountain, Hanging Rock, and on down to the coast.
Okay. And how long have you been in EVTA?
EVTA has been around about 11, 12 years now.
Okay.
And we put in about 16 miles of the Mountains to the Sea Trail in several sections. And we put in about 6.5 miles of mountain bike course in Elkin.
Right.
And we probably, in the next 5 years, double all that. We should have probably close to 25 miles of hiking trail by that time.
You've been a part of that ever since the beginning?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
There's several of us here that have been here.
Why are you part of it?
Well, I come at it pretty honestly. My dad was one of the early supporters of the Mountains to the Sea in Asheville, and in fact he wrote the first book on the Mountains to the Sea Trail. Okay. And so when I was in college, he was out there working on the trail, and sometimes I'd go out and help him.
Actually, my daughter, one of the things that on one of the new sections that we did, I had her put the first ribbon out just so she can say that she had a part of the Mountains to Sea Trail. I said, possibly nobody will ever know that your involvement in this trail, but you'll know, and you'll be able to tell your kids and pass it on to the next generation.
And I just love to hike the trails, so once they're done, it's great to hike the trail and say, hey, I cut that route out. I remember that one.
Right.
I've had my grandson out here working with us before, cutting new trail, and so when we walk a piece of trail that he made, it's a special feeling.
So this is kind of what the trail starts off looking like. As you see, there's a lot of steep side slope here, and what we have to do is we have to come in and first, like we talked about earlier, we flag in the trail, and then we come in with pin flags and lay it out, and then Sean comes in and roughs the trail in, and then we get volunteer groups like the Elkin Valley Trails Association to come in and do the handwork and help prune and cut back the roots. And you know, what we're trying to do here is build sustainable trail. We want to manage the water the first time. When you get this trail in, what you don't want is a fall line trail. You don't want to be able to drop a ball at the top of a trail and that ball roll all the way downhill and follow your trail. What you want is you want that that ball to veer off of your trail. So what we do is we create a 3 to 5% outslope on the trail tread, and that allows the water to sheet drain across. And then the actual trail, we try not to exceed 10%. But there's also a rule that's called the half rule, which, as you can see, we're on really, really steep ground here, and the only way to get to the bottom of the toe of this bank is to lose elevation. So on these steep side slopes, they call it the half rule. So you can allow, if it's a 24% side slope, then you can do a 12% downslope on your trail. As long as you've got that 3 to 5% outfall, the water will come straight down the bank, hit the trail tread, and continue right across the trail tread and lose that water, instead of following the trail and digging these ruts like you see on dirt roads and different things like that. So these ribbons indicate different levels of progress. We've been working on this trail, and it's been a vision of the community for over 5 years now. And as you walk through eventually on this trail, there'll probably be some remnants of construction. And we started off at the bottom of the bank, and we've worked our way up. And if you look at these ribbons, there's different colors. Each time you increase or improve the trail and the direction that you're going, but it takes multiple walkthroughs before you ever turn the first shovel full. We spend hours out here laying out the trail, and so Sean has what they call a story pole, which is the same height as him. And so it's a stake in the ground where he goes out and sets it out in front of him. And then he takes what's called a clinometer, which gives you percent of slope, and it tells him where the percent is and make sure that we're within the parameters that we're supposed to be building by. He can move it uphill or downhill, and then once he gets it figured out, he drops a pin flag in the location, which will be the top of the trail, and everything goes below it. And you know, the quality of work and what the park staff does, it's amazing. All right, we're standing in front of one of 3 sections of a 52-foot bridge that's going in on the Friendship Speedway section of the Mountain to Sea Trail. This particular section of bridge is aluminum construction and has a 9,000 pound capacity. It's 6 foot wide, and most people don't realize this, but aluminum and pressure treated lumber don't do well together. So one of the processes that we're using is Surry County cut white oak boards will be the decking of this bridge, and I think it'll last for a long time. A lot of people don't really realize that white oak is as rot resistant as it is. It'll last as long as this pressure treated lumber will, and won't eat the bridge away.
So I'm in it for the common good, and I've been working on the trails for 12 years. We started 12 years ago with a group called Vibrant Elkin, small organization, about 40 of us, and looking for ways to enrich our three county region, Surry, Wilkes, and Yadkin, and from that we sort of extended our reach by becoming part of the Friends of the Mountain to Sea Trail, and we're working also with the Over Mountain Victory Trail and the Blue Way, the Yadkin Blue Way. People like outdoor activity, and we give them trails to hike on. They enjoy that, and so a lot of the people that are hiking them are the people that have built them.
Yeah, I come out and volunteer once or twice a month. This is a regular scheduled volunteer day today, the first Thursday of every month is a trail work day. Well, the camaraderie is great. So there's, gosh, at least 10 or 12 volunteers here today, and we just have a good time and get to know each other. I've made a lot of friends working on the trail, and then getting outdoors, smelling the pine needles, getting up a good sweat in the summer, and I just love to hike the trails. So.
Anything you'd like to say about Daniel White and Surry County Parks and Rec?
They are outstanding. They're creative. They're hardworking. They're fun to work with. They're really good people, and I just give them an A+ rating. And not only do they, I mean, they're partners with us, and they take initiative, and when they need us, we call them, and when we need them, vice versa. And we've really enjoyed working with the county, and we actually work with Wilkes and Surrey County mostly, and have a real nice relationship with them, and they're appreciative of what we do, and we're appreciative for what they do.